Welcome to the channel, everybody. LevelMDiecast bringing you episode 41 diecast haul. This one is going to be very nice because we finally have some new Majorette here in the US. Really happy about that. This is actually very new stuff too. You still can't complete this set, by the way. So if you do deluxe cars, they don't release all 6 cars in the release, but at least we get something new. It doesn't show you the rest of the mix on the back. There is your Jada. This is now printed on the card instead of being a sticker. So now these are actually being made to be sent to the US. For whatever reason, this is a little sticker that Walmart seems to be putting on a lot of things. The fact that they put it right on the card is definitely not good. It's definitely not good. We'll go ahead and crack this open. This is a brand spanking new casting for this particular model. Get this guy out of his ridiculously thick blister. There we go. Potentially, I guess we're going to start on the struggle bus today. There we go. Get him out of there. Packaging out of here. Of course, it comes with a completely pointless box. Completely pointless. I mean, the model fits in the box, but it's still pointless. Still pointless in my opinion. So we'll set the box to the side. The plastic out here. So this is a brand new casting from Majorette. They do say that this is a ZR1, although I don't believe this is a ZR1, but that's perfectly okay. It does have an opening hood that is all metal for the casting. Looks really good. Interior looks very good as well. Very good details on the interior for this particular casting. Try to get that to focus. There we go. Really good details, actually. No taillights printed up on this guy just because it's already red. Hook assembly does say Corvettes on the back. And then, of course, there is your ZR1 logo right there on the bumper. Rail Rider tires. There is suspension to this model. You see the metal rods in there for the suspension. Although there is no travel to the premium wheel. When this gets a basic wheel, it'll definitely have some travel. Other than that, details look pretty good. Again, just opening hood. Just a floating windshield in the front. This is part of the casting for the roll bar here. So that looks pretty good. Pretty good. Nice to see a C4 Corvette. Not something we see all that often, but the opening and closing works very well. So that is pretty cool. So put that up on our little plinth. More Majorette. This is the Lamborghini Huracan. This casting's been absolutely beat to death. This deco's been beat to death, but this is a new release. This is a new version. Existing deco style, just different color. But of course, this guy does have rubber tires and all that good stuff like that. So we'll get him out of here again. Pointless box. It's a Huracan Aveo. If that means anything. So this guy comes with the 5 spokes. Again, this deco they've used a million times. Just the design with the double offset stripes, and then the prints here on the side as well. This is something that this casting has seen a lot. But this, I believe, is the first time we're seeing this casting with this new 5-spoke Rail Rider, which looks fantastic. Of course, this guy does have suspension as well. Doesn't move all that much, but it is there. Opening part in the back does have a nice clear hatch that opens up. There is engine detail down in there, but it's pretty flat. But the cover closes very nicely. I think it looks good with this 5-spoke. It's a little bit big in the front, but the back looks pretty good. Tail lights and stuff like that done up. Pretty typical Majorette for everything else. Lensed headlights. The Corvette does not have lensed headlights because it has an opening front hood. So, kind of interesting. All right, we do finally get a new version of the GTR as well. So, again, these are all coming from the same case assortment. So if you find this case, you should have, hopefully, opportunity to get all of these models. There is the box. You see this guy is just going to be blue with some white striping. And, of course, nice gold wheels. So we'll get the door closed there. Really nice gold wheels. I do like the gold wheels. They look really good. I do like that Rail Rider as well. Looks pretty good. It's extremely shiny. Just big, huge white stripe across the center of it. The front prints are done up. It does say GTR right there in the grill. Headlights are lensed as always. And then, of course, there is your details in the back. It does say it's a 50th anniversary model. So that's kind of cool. Didn't realize that. So that's pretty neat. And then, of course, this guy does have opening doors, although the doors don't open all that far. Barely even open at all. There's really nice detail to the inside of the door panels. Of course, it's really difficult to see that. Really difficult to see that, but it is there. It's because the doors don't open very well. So, pretty cool model. There is a A-pillar on the casting. It's just painted black to give the illusion of a floating roof. And, of course, this guy has suspension as well. Moves a little bit with the premium casting, but not all that much, so throw him up there. Another one, this is the Toyota GT86. So this is the first time we're seeing this casting in the U.S. This casting is not new, though. This casting's been around for a little bit from Majorette. But first time we're seeing it here in the U.S., so pretty happy to add that one. So packaging out of here, of course. There is your box art there. It is in Bilstein Deco. So I do have, I think I have one GT86, maybe. This is a pretty decent casting. Headlights are lensed, as you'd expect. This is a left-hand drive model. Bilstein on the side, same 5 spokes as that Huracan, but in gray. So nice little pop with that. And of course, as you saw, there's suspension on this model as well. Prints on the back look good. There's a little bit of print for the exhaust tips, which I do like. Taillights look pretty good. The wing is not too bad. It's part of the casting, so not too bad. Pretty average on the prints, though. These are, your standard print runs, like they've been using for a while. None of that really nice inkjet printing or nothing. That just run-of-the-mill prints. Does have opening doors. There is a little bit of print on the top of the doors to make the door sill. See right there, which is pretty nice. Interior is pretty good. Inside of the door panels doesn't have much on it, but there's a little bit of an armrest. Too shabby. Pretty big doors. The model is relatively large as well. There's the deets. This one is 1/58 scale, it says. So pretty cool. All right, last Majorette we have from this new case is this one. This is the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup. This is a brand new casting. This is from Porsche Edition. This is not the current assortment here. Not really sure why they printed those on the back, but that is not the current assortment. They used an existing card for a new model release. So there is a lot of new Porsche stuff coming out this year. Hopefully we get the actual full Porsche Edition set. Hopefully. Keep our fingers crossed. We do get the newest Porsche 5-pack, though. There is the card, or the box, I should say. Again, same old, same old. Pull our brand spanking new casting out. 911 GT3 Cup. Does have that nice floating wing, which looks fantastic. This is the same wheel that the GTR had, but just in black instead of gold. A little bit of print on the bottom there with some red striping. It is in mint green. This is a really nice one. Now, this is not a modified 911 casting. This is a fully ground up, brand new casting. See the center mounted windshield wiper there. Looks pretty cool. A little bit of detail in the casting for the hood, because this, of course, is the race car version. Lensed headlights, as you'd expect. Taillights looking pretty good. It does say Porsche in silver. And then does say GT3 Cup. Super hard to read that, but it does say GT3 Cup. And then, of course, this guy does have opening doors. There is only one seat in there. It is a racing seat because this is a race car. So the race car is done up. Looks like there's a little bit of fuzz inside of this car. Not a big deal. Thought maybe it might be a spider web there for a second. Like, this will be interesting. Again, just one seat in there. So very, very nice. A very, very accurate interior. And then just a little bit of detail on the door panels. Nothing all that much. Those do open up pretty good, though. This particular one is 1/62nd scale, so pretty close to 1/64. And then, of course, most Majorettes are hook construction. That is just how they roll with that kind of stuff. All right, couple of monster trucks, just two. This is a new 2-pack that just dropped. This is number 4, number 1 for Hot Wheels Racing. That is the mix on the back. So I do believe that is a new duo set there, but the rest of these are existing stuff. And of course, we don't collect anything that's ridiculously fantasy like that, so not going to see anything like that on the channel. I'll just pop these guys out of there. All the plastic and cardboard. Now, they have done this deco before, but not with a blue base. They did it with a white base. So this might be exclusive, or they may have done this one before, and I just, you know, maybe it's an older one, maybe 2018, 2019 monster trucks, potentially. So we'll just set him a little bit to the side. And then this one is kind of the Ford F-Series style of body, just in black. Really graphite black, looks pretty good. Other than that, nothing fancy, just average monster truck action. We'll put him over there as well, pretty much off the screen. I got one super cool rare thing here. I do have a Russian car here. This is whatever that is. Whatever that is. It doesn't really matter to me because I got it because I think it's cool. It comes in this weird cardboard flat blister thing. These were included in a lot of like promotional items and stuff like that. So I have no idea what kind of car this is, but it doesn't matter because we're still going to crack it open and take a look at it. So just pull the cardboard back, work on getting the model out of there. It is 1/43 scale, and it's pretty well detailed as well. So this one is in black. Of course, it is left-hand drive. It does have one single mirror on the side. There is your deets on the front. There is the car name there. So again, very interesting details here. It is made in China, this particular one. So this is relatively newer. It's not something that was from the USSR, because most of that, actually all that stuff was made in the USSR. But this one is pretty cool. There's some details there. If I can get that to focus a little bit. Looks like, ooh, there we go, sort of. Might be able to make out the name of it, but it's pretty detailed. It's not super crazy. It does have plastic base, but it's pretty nice. I think it's kind of cool. So we'll kind of put that guy a little bit to the side over here, a little VIP style. Got one Greenlight for now. I do have a ridiculous amount of Greenlight coming very soon. This one I picked up from Walmart. This is from the newest Hollywood Greenlight Hollywood release. This is series number 40. This is a brand spanking new casting. I did pick this up because I wanted to check it out. This is from Home Improvement, 1946 Ford Super Deluxe. I really like the stance on this. It kind of has like a little bit of a lowered stance, more of a kind of a sports stance, not like slammed or anything, but not factory. So I really wanted to just take a look at this one and see if it's any good. Looks really good with those white wheels with some white wall tires on it. Looks like the roof is glued. Actually, it's part of the windshield. So this will be a convertible as well. They will make a convertible one, but this particular one is fixed. No opening hood or anything like that. Unfortunately, Greenlight is kind of getting away from moving features, unfortunately. Details on the front look fantastic. It's a little bit of a smaller casting, which I think is probably a little bit more accurate. The color's fantastic. Looks fantastic. No plate detail on it, but a little bit of tail lights on there as well. A little bit of print around the back window is pretty nice. 1888 is the number for this one. There is your base deets. Not done up for a trailer hitch, so that's pretty good. Pretty common sense there to not do a trailer hitch on that. All right, I got a ridiculous amount of Hot Wheels from all over the place. We're going to start out with some old school Hot Wheels garage. Picked up a bunch of Mopar stuff for relatively cheap. So figured I'd throw them in the collection and stuff like that. They are premiums. So first one, 71 Dodge Demon. This is from back in the day. Get these blisters to cooperate with me maybe. The cardboard on there is just ridiculous. Sometimes it just doesn't want to come off. So I'll get the car out of there. It's ridiculous. So just for illustration purposes, see if we can see a date on here. There you go, 2010 Mattel. And then there is some of the other models included in the Mopar series themselves. I do have quite a few of these in the collection already. but we're going to add a bunch of them right now. This Dodge Demon does have very interesting blue interior. Very interesting deco on it too, and very interesting choice for the rail riders. I was always kind of curious with this one. Now this line was a little bit budgeted, so like this guy doesn't have any front or rear tampos. Doesn't really need front tampos because it's part of the base, but really would have had taillight tampo if this was something that they were running nowadays. But no taillight tampo on that. Of course, this guy is not signed or anything like that, so don't have to worry about that. So some of these were, had a little signature on the bottom. They're considered a chase piece or whatever. So that one is not one, and it doesn't really matter if I get one because I'm going to crack it open anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I think those were only for Wayne and Larry's garage anyways, not the actual Hot Wheels garage itself. But we'll see. Anyways, 70 Plymouth Hemi CUDA convertible. I really like this one because it is a matte finish, but then it has like some carbon fiber detail for the hood. Existing castings from Hot Wheels, so not their greatest castings. Does say Hemi right there on the rear quarter panel. Again, the same wheel as the first one we looked at, which is kind of interesting. This one does get prints on the back, which is nice. No prints on the front though. And then of course just that same print on the top. Looks pretty good. I like like I said, it's kind of a matte, wrinkly kind of finish to it. So set that guy aside. Next one up, 69 Dodge Coronet Super B in green. A very, very good casting from Hot Wheels. Very size appropriate as well. This one does have the Steelies on it. It says Dodge right there on the front quarter panel. Love the Steelies. Offset wheels. Big, huge Steely in the back. Love that look. There is your Super B logo in the back. It does say Super B. It's super small. So you got a super squint to super see it. And then no taillight prints on this guy. No prints on the top other than the black hood. Does not have an opening hood or nothing like that. But I really like this one. A little bit of silver at the bottom. It's a really good casting. It's a really good casting. So throw that guy in there. All right, another CUDA. This is a 68 Plymouth Hemi CUDA in a crazy kind of deco because it says crazy on the side because it's a crazy CUDA. Never been a fan of this CUDA. I don't like the bubble back. Just never been a fan of this style of CUDA. Just me. Just my opinion. Does have a nice big hood scoop on there though. The flames and all kinds of pinstriping detail looks good. This is definitely more geared towards the old school Hot Wheels collector for sure. Definitely not something that you'd see really much new school or anything like that. So D10 is the day code on that, guys, to give you guys an idea how old that is. All right, next one up, 70 Plymouth Roadrunner. This car has always had a very interesting stance to it from the way that it was designed with some wide axle details in the front and tucked in details in the back. See the front axle sticks out over the fenders, but the back gets tucked into the wheel wells, which is kind of interesting. This guy gets a little bit of print on the tires for BF Goodrich. Does say Plymouth Roadrunner on the side. Two-tone with the green and black. Looks fantastic. Really good prints on the top. There you go. Got your 446 pack up in there. No prints on the back. And no prints on the front because that is part of the base. And then just has the nice Kragers on there. Really, really nice wheel. Really, really nice wheel. One of the nicest wheels that Hot Wheels makes for sure. All right, last one is the 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger. Again, a casting that's been around for a while. Not the greatest. This casting will come back this year in Boulevard in solid black, shockingly. Exact same casting you're looking at. This one in gold and black two-tone. One of the more iconic decos for this particular car. Orange with a black vinyl top. No prints on the front, as we saw. Same wheels as the first two we looked at, so they definitely like this wheel on some of these Hemis, for sure. There is the prints on the back. It does say Charger RT. There are the taillights done up. Not that great, just because this casting is not very good. It's a very small casting, so it's just not. It's not a good one in my opinion. We'll just put that guy on the top. He's kind of there. A couple more sort of kind of premium stuff. I do have a fire rods. These fire rods and the police rods are relatively hard to find. This is just a deco that I collect. So this one is pretty good. This one is the Rescue Ranger. This is one of the modified ones with the big, huge motor out the top, which not a huge fan of. There is a mix of models on the back that were included in the fire rods. Not too many here that I collect. I do need the Combat Medic. That 83 Silverado is a pretty tough one, pretty expensive. Maybe the Limousine, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. There's a Honda Civic Si in there too, so it's kind of interesting. So some of the more obscure versions. This guy is just in fire department, nothing fancy. Some gold prints, looks pretty good. Definitely like the fit and finish of it. The interior is clear, so the actual interior is clear. See, seats and everything are clear, very interesting. And then there is the hood. Motor blower sticking out of it. That's probably part of the base. Actually, it looks like it's a added-on piece, so maybe that's more expensive, but there you go. That casting's been modified a couple of times. Put him right there. One more, Hot Wheels delivery. These are very interesting. These are premium, but of course they don't have real riders. They kind of got away from the real riders. More budget time. This one, 2009. There is a mix of the models there. Of course, the only ones that really do anything here are Combat Medic and, of course, the Ice Cream Truck, which I now have both of. This is Tootsie Roll and Dots. So this casting is all metal, but just no real riders on it. So there's dots on the side. I hate dots. Dots are not good. Not a fan of gummy candy whatsoever. Tootsie is okay. Tootsie Rolls are okay. They're still kind of gummy, but they're definitely better. But other than that, nothing fancy. Just your typical ice cream truck. A pretty average one. This one is not going to fit in there, which I already knew. So figured we'd just leave them out there. All right. A couple of cars from the in case that I missed previously that I was able to pick up. 20 Charger Hellcat. This is a very nice model in purple. Nice, big, huge, wide body. So this is the exact same casting that debuted in the Fast and Furious series last year in black. It was also the same casting that was in American Scene for the beginning of 2022. So in green with black. So it's this casting. It's the first time we're seeing this in the basic range as a premium in purple. Looks good. I really like it. Happy to get this one just in a basic range version. So pretty nice version. If you drill this apart, there actually is a Hellcat motor underneath there, even though you can't see it, but it is there. Another one that I missed, 86 Ford Thunderbird Pro Stock. At least I'm pretty sure I missed this one because it doesn't look familiar, but I bought it anyways. So if I end up already having it, then I guess we're going to have two. But I really like this casting. This drag Thunderbird looks cool. Clear window. You can see right into the blowers. The dual 4-barrel carburetors. Got your laundry out the back. Really nice stance on this one. I do like this one a lot. It's cool casting. Some older school ones. Some variations. Did pick up this guy. This is the mini truck. So I do have a couple versions of this one. This guy does have the 7-spoke wheel. Which is definitely one of the harder ones to find. Might be the hardest wheel variation to find for this particular deco. And this, of course, card is perfect, but we open all the things. So we'll pull this guy out. There is the 7-spoke. They are offset, smaller in the front, bigger in the back. So Hot Wheels does have a modified mini truck coming this year in the RLC with the dancing bed on it. Another one I picked up, 1995 model series. So I already have this guy. Oops, sorry about that. I already have this guy in red. But the thing is it's, man, you can't even see it on the camera. The base is plastic and then the top is metal. But the color difference between the two on this one is extremely dramatic. I mean, ridiculously dramatic. So that's why I picked this one up. Just because that base color is so different. So we'll throw that guy up in the collection. I really wish it came through. It actually looks relatively close, at least during filming. Maybe when we go back and edit this, it might not look as good. This is a terrible casting, by the way. This Mercedes SL is a really, I mean, really bad casting. I mean, really bad casting. I mean, whoever designed this casting probably shouldn't be working for Hotwheels, and for all we know, it could have been Larry Wood for all I know. It's just not a good casting. It's not a good casting. But I'll tell you what is a good casting. That is the shoebox. That would be the 40 Ford. Been working on collecting all of these. I'm up to about 40, maybe 42 different versions of the shoebox. Getting down to some harder ones. I did find somebody who was selling some classics. These are pretty much junk. A lot of people don't bring these to toy shows because they just don't sell. But I picked up the ones that I needed. So this one right here is the gold, like the yellowish gold color. Each model came with 4 different colors. I do have the candy red one already. They're kind of Spectra Flame, but more chrome. So nothing fancy with them. I mean, they don't even have taillight prints or anything like that. The Classics line was pretty low-key, but they did have metal bases, which was pretty nice. And like I said, this one just in the kind of gold chrome. Also got this one. This one is in like the cerulean blue. Really nice color. Really like this one a lot. So cracking these guys open. They're all going to be number 14 because they all came in 4 different colors. This guy looks fantastic. That blue is awesome. Definitely has some purple hues to it as well. A lot of them had white wall tires as well. 40 shoebox obviously had white wall tires for all the models. I think it looks fantastic. Really like that casting. And then there's like this aqua light blue. Maybe like an aqua emerald kind of color. Again, number 14, just in a different color. So we'll pull that guy out. The red one's probably the best. The red one's already in the collection, but of these 3, this one's probably the best one. In the, it's not Spectra Flame. It's not Spectra Flame, but it's pretty close. It's pretty nice. So get some Hot Wheels action with some Greenlight action. All right, Hot Wheels motorcycles. These city motorcycles. Again, whenever I can find them, I'll pick them up. They are not easy to find. They're not particularly rare. They're not expensive. They're just not common. But I do pick them up as much as I can. This one, the Hot Wheels 450F with yellow wheels, blue fairings and stuff like that. And then driver, oops, sorry about that. Throwing my plastic in the wrong spot. This one, number 5. Not a huge fan of the yellow wheels, but I love the deco on the bike. Pretty good detail for the rider. Of course, his hand looks a little weird. That's so that he wraps around the handlebars. So I can hold him by the driver and a rider, and he won't fall down. This one doesn't come with the kickstand. When this casting was new, it came with a kickstand, or a stand, I should say. But that went away pretty quick because it was a really small piece, and Hot Wheels probably realized that was a pretty dangerous item to have in there. That guy does not stand up. Got one more here. This is the Speed Seeker Moto. They don't really show much on the back. Most of them are kind of all the same mix. This one I just opted to show you because that Blastus 2, that is a super cool piece. Still looking for that piece, but that one's super cool. And then there's your Speed Seeker Moto. Of course, this is a little bit different card style because these went on for a little while. I really like them. I just like them with the drivers. The riders on there are super cool. There is the bike. It's more of like a cafe speedster kind of bike. Details for the driver. He's got a kind of an orange bandana. So prints don't look all that good because it's so far close up, but it's pretty cool. All metal casting. So metal base, metal body, all that kind of stuff like that, except for the wheels, of course. F38. So give you an idea of when those were new, when those were pumping out. As far as motorcycles go, I picked up a bunch of motorcycles, kind of on a little bit of a motorcycle kick right now. OCC Splitback, this one just with some flames. Nothing fancy. This particular one is from 2009. So we'll pop him out of there. One of the things you have to worry about this OCC Splitback is sometimes the handlebars will actually be broken in the blister. It is metal, but it's a relatively thin piece, so if it gets bent or whatever, So there is your OCC Splitback. This is a licensed bike. Again, all metal. Looks pretty cool. Any of you guys ever watched Orange County Choppers or anything like that? Any shows like that? Unfortunately, that guy just doesn't stand up. I guess we'll just let him lean against the 40 Ford maybe. Next one up, Variate. This is a fantasy casting, so nothing fancy. This one is from 2010. Of course, these guys don't have riders on them because they are from the basic range. Big old V8 out of this one with some ridiculous exhaust pipes. Those exhaust pipes that come off of there are plastic, but the top of the engine there is metal. The body is metal as well. You know, they have these fat tires on the back, but they don't always stay up all that well because they are loose. So when you try to stand them up, some of that looseness just falls out. Bad Bagger, another just fantasy one. This one also from 2010. This one kind of decoed up more of off of a kind of like a Harley Cruiser or something like that. Got your V-twin in there, looks kind of cool. It says Custom Culture on the back. All metal casting again. Been using the same tri-spoke wheels forever. This guy has little wheels front and back though, so none of these steer or anything like that either, so it's unfortunate. That guy actually stands up pretty good. Another one, this is Team Custom Bikes. This is the Hammer Sled. They did this bike, this bike actually came out in some premium stuff at one point in time. It actually had a Real Rider rear wheel on it. The front wheel was never a Real Rider, but the rear one was. This is a very interesting bike. Definitely doesn't look like you could actually really ride it. It's just how sleek it is and how huge the front fork is. You could probably drive it straight, but you could probably never turn this bike. But it's kind of cool looking. It's different, so put that down there. Canyon Carver. I might have this one, but I don't know. But it doesn't really matter. I'll crack it open. If I have it, it's no big deal. It was a dollar car, so dollar cars are always good. So there is our Canyon Carver. It's kind of a speedster crotch rocket. You can see how low the handlebars are down here, but it's pretty much have a crotch rocket rear end to it, which is kind of interesting. Center exhaust, which is really cool, double stacked. Orange window on it. Really like the deck on this one. Zamek for the gas tank on the top. Again, all metal casting. That guy might stand up. One more deco for that Canyon Carver. Got this one. Hot Wheels code cars for 2012. So motorcycle is definitely a coming back in Hot Wheels basic range for sure. Hot Wheels 44 on there. There is some code details on there. You can see the prints. Nothing fancy with that. It's kind of cool. Some details on the bottom. E24. So pretty decent amount of time. That's a black painted base, which is pretty nice. And then the last one here. This is the Street Nose. This one is like a ridiculously modified long arm crotch rocket street bike. This one is actually a very, very cool casting. It is quite heavy. It's all metal and it's got a ton of weight to it. It's just super, super cool. Different from side to side. Got some exhaust kind of coming up on this side with the big fat tire on the back with the big, huge swing arm. And on this side, you have a couple of like NOS tanks right there with a couple more exhausts. It's got like 6 exhaust pipes, which is super cool, and then a couple of NOS tanks. See caliper details and stuff like that. It's a really cool looking bike. A little bit of plastic right there for the windshield, but the whole front end, including the fairing and stuff, that's all metal. It's a very cool bike. Very cool bike. Not sure if it'll stay up on its own, but it's still a cool bike. So there you go. That is episode 41 of the haul. Kind of a decent selection. I kind of, I like getting mixtures of stuff, but we have a ton of stuff coming in the pipeline, so needed to get this stuff out the way and start working on the other stuff. So drop a comment, let me know, give me a shout out about these bikes. I know a lot of people like bikes. If you guys want to see some more bike content, I can always pull out some bikes and go over some motorcycle stuff, but I'm not a motorcycle guy. I just like collecting cars. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. As always, LevelMDiecast saying,